today's forecast. Looking real. That ain't got shit to do with me. Ish.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another round. I'm glad you are here with me. I'm your host Jay, and we're back in the Vineyard, baby. It is Martha's Vineyard Summer House, and yes, I'm gonna say it the way I want to because we're gonna put the black people first. Okay, we're gonna put them first. That's what we're gonna do over here. Anyways, if you are new here, please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification so you stay update on anything that drops from this channel, because baby, we are always dropping new drinks, new tea, new shits. Okay, new shits. All right. If you're a regular here and you're a member here and you have the shot glasses. I see people being petty today. You have your shot glasses. Please come on in and drop your shot glasses in the chat. And if you're an AR fan, go ahead and drop your ARs in the chat. And my regulars who are just here, subscribe to the channel. Do what Elsie does best. Show the green hearts, love the green. Okay. All right. Jay say so. You got the wrong J with the blue hearts. That's my sister. That's not me. But I see you want to be petty every time you come in here. Okay, love. I know. I know. All right. Hey, crazy homebody girl. How you doing today? Shane Dior. Hey, love. Hey. Come on in. Come on in. We are going to get started here in a second. And baby, I didn't know there was an international club for dogs. Okay. I need to Bamboo, we got to get the traveling, boo boo. We got to get the traveling, baby. We got to get you in some of these clubs, okay? Because apparently Milo has been clubbing. He's an international clubber, child. He is the international clubber. I did not know Milo had his pass to get into clubs everywhere outside of the U.S. As long as he outside of the U.S. is fine. But, in the U.S., you can only do it in Vegas, to be honest with you. There's a few spots. I don't know. It might be some other places, some day parties that allow your pets to come, but Vegas has a few spots that you can, cocktails with your little cockadoodle, cocker spaniel tail or whatever. You can drink with your dog, Now I'm gonna tell you a story. One time, not Bambi, another dog I had. Got him drunk. That was funny. Then I lost my dog for a whole week. That wasn't funny, okay? Got my dog drunk. My dog wandered out the apartment because my roommate left the door open when I was in college. Lord, lost my whole dog for a whole week. I'm glad he recovered and he didn't have no hangovers when he was brought back to me, because I found out one of our maintenance guys of the whole apartment building had the dog for the whole week. So I'm glad somebody looked out. They knew it was my dog because I would always be at the pool with my dog, but they just didn't know where I live. So thank God for the two, and that they had my baby. I remember my little baby Cusco. That was my boy. A little Pomeranian, got him drunk. I do not recommend feeding daiquiris to your dog, okay? He really wanted it that day, so put a little in his bowl, and my boy was out there running wild, child. Anyways, that's a story for another time. I don't know if he went looking for a party. He probably did. He was probably trying to keep the party going. You know what I'm saying? Because we was passed out with the daiquiris and stuff. So he was probably like, y'all can't hang. Y'all heifers can't hang. So he left us. Yep, Milo, known by the bouncers. Hey, Just Rhonda. Y'all go check out Just Rhonda Chando, and also go check out my girl, Ariana. Ari. I'm going to say it. Ariana. I'm going to say it wrong. I'm going to say it wrong. I got to work on my pronunciation, y'all. I can't use my vowels. I got to use my vowels. Okay. Check out her channel too. Both of these ladies have channels, and we want to support each other in this community. So please do us a favor. Go over there. It's Just Rhonda01 and Ari Adney. Martin told me to use my vowels, and I struggle, baby. Okay. And that little twang in my voice that y'all don't be hearing all the time until I get super hyped. Yes, the dog is out here living his best life, baby. The dog is out here living his best life. Milo is internationally playing in these streets and also internationally tearing up in that room of Bria's. Okay. Anyways, it is day 6. Wait, am I on the right one? No, we're supposed to be on day 7. Okay, here we go. This is where I'm supposed to be. So basically, we started where we left off in this episode of Jasmine, the only one with valid reason to be crying because she is with child, as we know, but the cast don't know yet, okay? They don't know officially. It hasn't came out of her mouth officially yet, but we know. She's the only one with child, so she's the only one who actually have reason to be crying up and down these streets for no reason, okay? So when she does no reason cries, we can give her the pass. Everybody else, please stop with the tears. We're tired, okay? Y'all is just bringing a drought to the summer, child. It's supposed to be sunny and sunshine everywhere, and all y'all doing is crying every 5 seconds. Now Bria is consoling her. Now I'm confused because Bria, you the reason she crying. She said you the one friend besides Alex in this whole goddamn house that she had before coming into the house that was actually on her side. And now you the one who's flip-flopping on her every 5 seconds over Mariah coming. What you said last week, you trusted her and you were okay. And I say last week, meaning the day before, you trusted her and you was okay with the idea of Mariah coming around. Now you get your moment again. Child, they couldn't have me. Even in my age, when I was at that age they are now, I would have been cussing a lot of people out. I would have been cussing a whole lot of people out down at this summer house because, first of all, why y'all crying every 5 seconds? You know what I'm saying? Unless you that drunk. Please stop crying. And then secondly, you make up your damn mind. That's what I really don't like as an indecisive person. Just make up your mind. If you don't want the girl to come, stand on that business. If you don't mind her coming, please stand on that business. Don't wait for your moment when we talking about something all the way completely different. And then all of a sudden, because the focus is not on Bria, we want to bring it back to us. No. Because the real truth is, we were over here jumping down Alex's throat about bringing up some stalking issues with Shanice that had nothing to do with Mariah. Is Mariah a stalker? Is Mariah dating the ex? Is Mariah going to court with Shanice from time to time? None of that is happening in this case. So why are we here now talking about Mariah? I got an issue. Let me just rehash this one more. Dead it. Bria, dead it. That's it. I don't nobody care. The group don't care. The men don't care. The women don't care. Nobody care about you crying over Mariah showing up for the summer. Please keep it cool. Leave it alone. Yes, the men kept it cool except for Preston, child. Preston, and you know what? I know Sean be like feeling some type of way about Preston, but in this moment, I was feeling Preston. Personally, I was feeling Preston. I was like, thank you, Preston, because that would have been me. That would have been me. It's like you always looking for a moment. You're always out here being fake. Okay. Hey, Kiki. Hey, Jay Blake. Welcome on in. Have y'all see? Come on, get in here. Y'all late. Don't disrupt the class. Okay. Y'all disrupting the class now. No, just yeah. I was just like, girl, please stop. Meanwhile, Jordan and Amir still at the bar taking shots. Amir definitely taking shots. He down in the shot before Jordan even had hers in the glass. All right. So Preston brings up a valid point. He says, hey, if it was me and I felt the same way about Phil, would it be the same turnout? Bria talking about, yes, I would have still did the same. I would have looked out for you. It's like, girl, no, you wouldn't. You'd have been arguing with Preston too on why Phil should still be able to come or whatever, and trying to tell him it wasn't that bad. You would not be sitting here just catering to his whim, opposed to everybody else in the house being okay with him coming. If everybody else was okay with Phil coming, you know good daggone well, you would ignore Preston in that moment. Let's not be playing. Let's not. Okay? Let's not even do it. Anyways, Bria's yelling so much that the group eventually, after they get their shots, they just decide that they're gonna leave, and they left before Nick can even finish his salad. Poor salad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it must have been a good salad. Nick was kind of upset about it. We get back to the house, and on the way to the house, they're hashing it out in the car. And while they're in the car, Bria's going through her thing. None of y'all have my back. None of y'all stand up for me. The only person that has my back is Milo. Meanwhile, Milo at the house tearing up her whole goddamn room. Milo must be feeling the same way. Like, nobody got my back. Not even my mama. So guess what? She gonna have a surprise when I come home. Because I'm tearing this whole place up. Milo tearing up the tissue. He got a box. He tearing the box up. He done got on the dresser. I don't even know how he reached up on the dresser, pulled out some stuff. He was tearing that whole room up, okay? Milo said he is sick of this crap. Meanwhile, when they get home, she's going upstairs. She's so drunk that when Nick tells her that Milo is crying for you, she hears something along the lines that she is a pro. I'm like, and she crying too much. So she snaps out on Nick. I'm like, Bria, stop drinking. Baby girls, just stop drinking, because you got a whole nother personality when you drink. You're cool and you're fine with everything. And then when you drink, you just sit there and start looking off into the wind and thinking about some chaos that you're gonna do. That's why I can tell you and Milo is perfect for each other. Because when Milo had his idle time, he got to looking in the wind and thought about the chaos he can do to that room. Y'all twins. Y'all made for each other. You and Milo, okay? Child, y'all supporting each other. That is a different support animal. I got a question for the chat. Do y'all know what sleep support is, and do you believe in it? If you know what it is, do you believe in it? Do you currently have you a sleep support system in place? Is there a number that you can call anytime you need some sleep support? I just need to know, because I have never heard of this particular support while sleeping. And now I know there's some supportive ways you can help me go to sleep, but I have never heard of sleep support. You do, Jay? Jay, say so. You have sleep support? You have sleep support, or is that something else you referred to? I don't know. Like, is it a person, or is it something else that helps support you to sleep? Yours is melatonin. I know there's cuddle buddies. I know there's cuddle buddies. That's I know what that is. Sleep support is spooning and all that, but you have a number, but not for sleep. That's what I'm saying. It's not for. Listen, it's for. It's a number. There's some numbers I can use for being put to sleep, so to speak. Maybe. Well, shoot, maybe they'll get put to sleep before I do. Yeah, because I. Yeah, okay, hold on. I'm doing the math, but the math ain't mathing for the sleep part of it. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. It's very seldom. Very seldom the sleep come in my head. Okay, the sleep only come in after I've been up for about an 18-hour day. Child, listen. Oh, okay. Well, Jay say so. You need to pass that number, because some of us out here, I guess we all we all need a little sleep support sometimes. So if you can write that number down in the bathroom walls, we'll be appreciative. That's what I said. That's exactly Jay. Jay, that's exactly what I said. I was like, she thinks she's slick. She drunk or whatever. And I like how Nick played it off. He like, okay, so now Simon come through, knock on the door and come on in. And he be like, who is this? I'm just sleep support. I'm just sleep support, brother. I'm just here to support her while she sleep. That's it's not gonna be a good look. Stop, Bria. Bria, you got a whole relationship, and so does Nick. Okay, so stop asking him. I need to cuss this man out. Can he be sleep support? Milo is your sleep support until Simon. Oh, not Simon. Lord Jesus, get my mind out the gutter. Until Simon come visit you. Okay, if that ticket ever get booked, child, the ticket sounding like they're expensive. So Simon, like, yeah, we gonna see about this. Okay. Jasmine apologizes to Sinise for her part in the situation of her ex coming out. I thought that was pretty big of Jasmine to go right up there and tell her, you know what, I played a part in that. My bad. I'm sorry. That wasn't my intent. You know, I guess Jasmine is stepping into her motherly role because she's being the big sister, support everybody while she get no support or whatnot. But if anybody in this house needs some sleep support, I think it's Jasmine at this point right now, because sometimes sleeping with a baby in the belly, child, and then she be sucking it in all day. That baby just want to stretch out. Okay, that baby probably be kicking her all kind of ways to stretch out by the time she finally relax in that room or whatnot. Okay, maybe she not sleeping as much as I was sleeping, child. I was tired the most of the time. That baby would have me trying to sleep the whole time. I was, baby, when I was pregnant, I was sleeping. Anyways, everybody ended up kikiing in the kitchen. It was Bria. By that time, it was Nick, Summer, Bria, and then Alex and Shanice and Jasmine all joined the sleep support conversation. We forget about Mariah for the minute, and everybody have a little kiki before adjourning to bed. So it ended on a good night, even though it was going down at the Vineyard once again. So I guess the sleep support conversation eased everybody on to bed. So Tuesday, day 7. Shanice invites everybody to go play b-ball except for Noelle, because Noelle was asleep, baby. She was tired. She was tired as Jasmine should be. But I ain't gonna hold you though. There's one thing that it's a weird thing being pregnant, because it did give me a lot of energy, but when I was asleep, I was asleep. I was ready to lay it down, and then it got to a point where I just couldn't sleep at all. I couldn't lay down. That I couldn't child laying down. I just couldn't do. My energy was on another level of high. I was just bouncing around everything. Now, when I actually can hold the food down, it got worse, child. Mm. Don't miss those days. Miss having a small child, but not those days of being pregnant. I miss food during all that part. Um, who did I have? Shanice. I guess I have Shanice. Shanice and Bria was in the kitchen. They was hashing the night before. Um, then we got some behind the scenes clips of Shanice basically telling Alex that her family, and her mother hates him. And I was in confusion, because I'm like, is this the same mama that told her to tell Alex to slide down the slide with her naked? That's the same mama that hates him? Okay, Shanice, you just be talking outside your drunk neck, because your mama just got through telling you to have Alex slide down the slide with you naked at your party. But this the same lady that hates him so much. Unless the mama trying to set him up on some get back charges of having some files out there of him naked or something. I didn't understand how that lady is the one who said she hate him. But I'm just gonna chalk it up to when Shanice apologized to him, because she says that she was just talking while drunk and she didn't really mean what she said. But generally, drunk people say the truth that they've been holding in for a minute. So I'm a little bit confused, because maybe she was just trying to get some get back in the moment while drunk and saying all these people don't hate him. But it sounded like that probably was the truth, and now she's lying. Even though I'm like, mom seemed like she fancies Alex a little more than she should. Okay, sound like mom trying to get with Alex. All right, so maybe that's why mom hate him. Maybe the mom hates Alex because she can't get with Alex. That's probably what it is. Okay, I don't quote me. I'm just reading it back. I have no clue of what's going on. All right. Jasmine tells Bria Mariah will reside elsewhere, but will attend the festivities. And Bria say okay. She's still looking funny in the face, but she said okay. Shanice and Alex are the ballers of the house. When we get to playing basketball, we can clearly see that they ballers of the house. However, Shanice ain't played in a while. And I'm going to tell y'all this off rip, as a person that plays basketball and has taken some time off and came back to play, but don't go playing basketball in no daggone low tops and have a real serious game. Now, if you just going out there to shoot around or whatever and not take it serious, you're just doing some lightweight shooting, like being cute on the court or some stuff like that. Don't go playing basketball without some ankle support, especially if you ain't played in a while. Them ankles ain't loose, okay? because now your ankle's gonna really be loose. And like Shanice, now you're tied up in the bed with your ankle wrapped up improperly. Now, it wasn't a bad wrapping, but as a person who was doing personal training as well, she needed better support on that ankle wrap. And there's a way that she's actually supposed to wrap the whole heel. That's not neither here nor there. I was just in my head watching this, and I was like wondering why she's still limping around the house, because her ankle still wasn't supported. So kudos to whoever wrapped it, because they did a halfway decent job. But for the support that she actually needed, it wasn't wrapped good enough, because child, she was, poor thing, hopping around everywhere. Preston sits the game out. I'm assuming that he's not very good at the basketballs. Neither was Nick. So, it is what it is. But I guess to balance the court out, and Bria wasn't playing, they set it out. They had a good conversation, and, they talked about a whole bunch of things. They made amends. And I guess somewhere during this conversation, Preston agreed to have a conversation with Phil. All right. Child crawling around doing all kind of stuff. You know what? Now, see, this is where I'm gonna hold you, because I too was pregnant, though my season was coming to an end. I too was pregnant with my daughter, and my best friend was 7 months while playing the full season championship game and all in high school. She was a little older than we was, but she a little fast. No, just playing. I ain't gonna put that on her. But she was pregnant 7 months playing basketball. Baby, that the basketball ain't gonna do nothing to the baby. Now, the horse riding, I understood why Jasmine sat that out. It was best and wise that she set the horse riding out, because you don't want to accidentally fall off the horse. Playing basketball, you just got to stay away from everybody doing the elbows. And, when you really look, she was pretty much on the outside. She wasn't doing too much. But that baby was probably like, listen, lady, listen. Yeah, that's what I said. You got to stay away from the elbows. You just stay on the outside. You just a shooter. You're just a shooter. They playing a little 3-on-3. You just a shooter. That's all. Maybe trip somebody from the 3-point line or something. Yeah, it ain't nothing too serious. But again, my best friend was diving all over the floor and doing everything while pregnant with my god baby. So that's playing basketball ain't hurt nobody, child. They walking around and dancing in heels nowadays. All right. These newborn kids would be all right. All right. Yeah, sometimes you got to trip a person from ain't no referees. You can do it. Hey, on a side note, and this is what I wrote in my notes. Thank God for Amir, because every time they show Amir at that house, he is cleaning up. I ain't really seen nobody else clean it as much as Amir, okay? Now, other people have cleaned, especially the men. The men been doing a lot of cleaning. The women... I guess if you can't clean your attitude, you can't clean a house. So there's that, okay? Because Amir has been going around the house, taking trash out. Every time we see him, he taking the trash out. Child, he'd be able to take some of these attitudes out too, and that'd be great. But he can only do so much. The man can only do so much. But the man was out here cleaning the house again, while the women were doing whatever. I really wasn't sure what they was doing, drinking and partying and whatever. Anyways, this particular night, though, it was Preston, Alex, Amir, Nick, Jasmine, Shanice, Summer, Jordan, Bria, and Milo. Now, I have never been to the Vineyard. So I really don't know. But at nightclubs, I'm going to say it one more time. At night, generally, the clubs don't be allowing pets up in there. I don't even care if they're your service animal. I have yet to be at a club in the US of A, and I've partied at a lot of clubs in the southern region of it. So like I say, I haven't been up in Martha's Vineyard. Maybe the north is something different. I really don't know. But I haven't seen dogs in any clubs. Even on Bourbon Street, you get your horses because the police run, they ride up and down on the thing, but the horse still is not allowed to stick his head inside of the club, let alone be in there. So I'm not really sure if dogs can go into clubs in the US, period. So I'm trying to figure out when she states Milo is an international clubber, how is he internationally clubbing without, or he been clubbing all around the world? Like, I mean, his title said international clubber. Hey, Monique, but he been clubbing all around the world. The US is still part of the world, Bria. Now, outside of the US, he's probably going into places and things they might be a little bit more, relaxed on their laws when it comes to dogs. And maybe just because stray animals running in and out of places there, they're not really. I mean, there's a city in, I think, Italy, France, one of them, Italy, it might be Italy, that just lets cats everywhere. I'm trying to go, I'm trying to be there. Yeah, he's not a domestic clubber, okay? Listen. You know what? That could be a possibility too. That actually could be a possibility too, that she didn't want to go into the club, but then now you sitting in the car because now you don't want nobody to take you back home. So now you just sitting in the car with Milo to talk to Simon. You could have stayed at home and did that. Hey, Taronda. And yes, it's definitely a sanitation issue, and like Elsie it says, it's a liability on both ways. You know what I'm saying? It is a small dog. It is definitely not a large service dog. More so, I can see large service dogs coming up in there just because they're helping you walk a lot of times. But most people that have trouble walking are not going into clubbing type establishments. I have yet to see a lot of people in club type establishments, maybe like a bar or a lounge, more something a little bit more relaxed. But where people are moving, shifting really fast and all that, you generally don't want to have service animals around because they're trained to react to certain movement in the first place in order to protect you. So it's never a good idea to bring your dog or any type of pet in an environment with a whole bunch of drunk people. Child, a whole bunch of drunk people sometimes can't even be in an environment with more drunk people, let alone have a whole dog be up in there. Okay. We see how Milo attacked the tissue paper, child. We don't need him attacking nobody in the club like that just because they was out being a little too daggone drunk and handsy with with his mama. The spirit of Simon might be in Milo. I have no idea. That white dress was very lovely. Them shoes, not so much. Just me personally, okay? The shoes might work for Bria, not so much for me. The dress, though, was very nice. I love the dress. Actually, it's summertime. I would have wore maybe like some little strap up sandals or some strap up heels or something with that dress, not the shoes that she had on. I did not like that pointy toe. I don't care for a pointy toe shoe in the first place. And that little black tip, yeah, I don't know what that little black tip was. I don't know. The shoe wasn't for me. Okay. Hey, Kay Calloway. Anyways, her and Milo sit in the car. Milo, they got to talk to Simon in the car while everybody else drank in the club and have a good time. I mean, she thugged it out. She stayed in the car the whole time, Story that's not a story time, but it's a story. Shout out to Miss Misha on the story times. The one time I had to kind of stay in the car for a club event is because, and I'll never do it again because next time I'll definitely gonna go ahead and take my pass and then come back out with somebody else's pass instead of giving my pass to somebody else and trusting they're gonna come back out. Oh, I wanted to kill my teammates this night because we were about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from our dorm to go out to this party at another school. And these MFers left me basically by myself while they went in talking about, I got to go get another pass for you from such and such. When I say I done sat here and how did we even get there? Because I feel like I didn't drive. I feel like she drive. I don't remember having a car, but I just remember I was up in some hotel trying to make a phone call to arrange to get back home because I was so hot. And I was like, even if y'all walk back out here with this daggone pass by the time y'all come, I'm gonna be too pissed to go inside with y'all. Like the police don't have to be out here at this point because I'm hot. Like I really, this is when my patience was on. I don't wait for crap, and I was tired already from waiting for them to supposedly come back. And mind you, this is about 5, 6 colleges having a whole party in one space. So they have to go in this place to try to find whoever in the mix of all of these people. Needless to say, I managed to get in at some point, but I was hot. I was hot. So kudos to Bria for not being as hot as I was, because baby, but she also no, yes, this was before Uber, baby. This was long before Uber. Like I said, this is in college. This in college, so it wasn't no Uber. It was either taxi cab and all that, and I ain't had that kind of money on me. So I feel like we had a bus. We had a bus ride to even get out there because it was a number of us that went. But I just do not remember the details. All I remember is they took my daggone pass, my bracelet pass to get in, and left me out there. Child, everybody was about to get lined up on the court that day. Everybody can get it. Before cell phones, no, they kind of had just, you ain't gonna be trying to age me like this, okay, El Cid? I'm not gonna play with you today. But no, cell phones was intact. However, I was one of them people that would be like, what happened? My phone died. That's exactly what happened. That's why I was at the hotel trying to use something because I didn't have nothing. My phone died, and I don't remember what was going on with my homegirl, but I was bad at remembering numbers, so it wasn't gonna matter no way because I wasn't gonna be able to call. All the numbers was in the phone, child. And you're in college, so ain't none of y'all coming from the same location. So now you got to remember that area code and they phone number, child. Everything was in the phone. The phone was dead. And that was another problem too, because the phone, that's why I ended up at the hotel, because I was trying to find a charge place because I'm stuck outside and they ain't gonna be able to call me. I ain't gonna be able to call them. I don't know where to meet. It was a mess. Child, that's a lesson learned. Like I say, lesson learned. You learn when you start to love yourself, baby. You realize you ain't gonna put up with no bull ass. And so now if you need a pass, you waiting on me. I'm taking my pass because I got mines. And I'll go find you one, okay? Otherwise, you learn how to move like we move and sneak your butt up in there and just walk in with the middle of the crowd. Now, that's what I also did learn too, is learn how to walk in places like you've been there already. That's a whole nother story for another day. I can teach y'all sometime, but to each his own. Everybody don't have that confidence to just do it. The cell phone with the briefcase was attached. Child, that thing was out when I was like in junior high, elementary. Don't play, JC. So I don't know how old you are, but if you had one of those, the Zach Morris phone came out somewhere when I was in middle school, because that's when I was watching Saved by the Bell. That Zach Morris phone. I don't know if y'all remember that big old block of a phone, but that phone was like this. Okay. The cell phone with the briefcase was just before that. I didn't even know how that thing worked. How did the cell phone in a briefcase even work, child? It's like you walk around with a whole briefcase just for a call. Man, I didn't even understand that one. That was crazy. That was crazy. But it was cool in the movies when they had it. I didn't understand it, but it was cool in the movies when they had it. Child. You just sit here, pop open this briefcase, and it's literally a whole phone in there. Not the $6.95 a minute. Child, no, this is when Nextel. At this time for me, it was when Nextel chirp phones was definitely out. And everybody, you won't pay for the phone service, but you out here chirping everybody, little pager. They cut that off real quick when they realize ain't nobody paying for the service. That thing used to hit though. You get that little number, they code, and you ain't never had to pay for service, baby. It was direct. Yep, that free after 9. No, it wasn't free after 8, baby. It was definitely free after 9. And if you was with certain people, it was free after 10. Child, them minutes was anything before was running you up. Whew. Anyways, moving right along. I know I'm just talking random stuff now. Day 8 it's rodeo day. And listen, I went to school. Another fun note, I went to school both in Texas and then in the Midwest. So, I did a few of these rodeo things, rodeo events out there, go watch the rodeo, even used to go to the line dance clubs and all that stuff. So it used to be a good time up in there. Used to do that. And this would have been a fun day for me, the rodeo day. I actually like this day. Oh, here go these people. Hey, Abby. Seen her in the background. To hell with you, John.
Woo!
To hell with you. You're going to purposely be 30 minutes late no matter what, huh?
Listen, sleep took over.
I'm pretty sure it took over with Kojo ass again, too. I don't want to hear it. Nice sweater.
Thank you. At least I get a compliment. I'll take it where I can get it. My bad.
It's probably look real cozy. It's probably why you did go to sleep. Look like you're trying to put me to sleep looking at it. Not the Obama phones. You love riding horses. You know what? If you could, okay, let me ask this. If you can do the Hollywood Shuffle, I know that's what you know it as in your time, but the electric slide or the cha-cha slide, if you could do all of those, you could line dance. Line dance is basically the same thing.
Yeah, I'm with El said. I can't do none of them organized dances. First of all, I don't like any of them. You know that. I don't like the electric slide. You done been to how many parties? You never seen me do none of them. I sit down. Any of them songs come on, the cha-cha slide, the this or that slide. I slide to the seat.
Slide to my seat.
Cross. Let me see you clap your hand. Sit down.
Take it to the bar. Take it to the bar. Not you make it up your own. Slide to the bar. Order a drink.
That's it.
Sit down one time, y'all.
And that every time I see somebody online do one of those Tamia dances, I get so upset.
Now, I can do it, but that's the only one I have not committed to memory yet. I get it for a second, but then after a while, I hate it. See, like with the electric slide, I've made my own twang. With the cha-cha slide, it changes up. I like when things changes. When we just keep doing this for the whole song through the same move, I'm like, okay, now I'm done. I'm done. I needed my own spin on it. So that's the only one I haven't did yet for the most part. But now Beyonce done came out with some country music. You know, they about to have the line dancing for Beyonce.
One more song for me to enjoy from my seat. I remember one time I was at a wedding, and I was on a date. So we were on the dance floor, and the song came on, and I was like, I'm not doing it. I was like, I'm gonna head out. You can hang. You could just dance, do your thing. And she was like, nah, stay. So she like, when somebody's holding your hands to stay. So I held on. I could do like a couple of the steps. Boom, pop, pop, pop. Right to my seat. I told you. I wasn't doing this. I did just enough to get me back, step back, right to my seat.
Nah, right to my seat. I'm good. I'm done. 2 steps and I'm out. Excuse me. Anyways, I was just recapping that most of the episode, and I was up to day 8 on the rodeo of it all, because this episode really wasn't filled with too much of real talking moments outside of just going through the episode. I don't know if you have anything for the beginning before rodeo day that you want to talk about and bring up, because we went over Jasmine and Bria still having her thing. Bria mad at everybody not being on her side and going off and cussing Nick out from hearing what she want to hear.
I don't know what else said. She wants to distract me. I'm already late. What is sleep support? What are you? What are
Oh
you talking
yeah. No, that's okay. That's a good question. Do you know what sleep support? Well, clearly you don't.
During the episode where Bria was asking for, I was like, because what is she talking about? A sleep support mattress? I don't know what that is. I wasn't even in my own bed. I was in the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've heard of that before. It's called napping. It's called taking a nap. Now, I think Nick handled it the right way. I really do think he handled it the right way, considering I thought it was cute. Finally, Brie did something, that was a little endearing after she just, she's running around being the Tasmanian devil most of the time. So I thought that was cute. But yeah, no, a good nap together I don't see nothing wrong with that. But
a good nap together.
Yeah. Just clearly, this is why I got caught up, because I took if I was cuddling, well, I was cuddling with you. I don't know, I don't know what we not made this live, but when you cuddle by yourself, it's okay. But cuddling with somebody taking a nice little nap,
like I say, Sean, cuddling ain't gonna be no sleep. We'd be supporting each other, but ain't gonna be
I call myself whispering, but
like we ain't on live.
Internet.
Yeah, the sleep still got you.
Exactly. Oh, I was dreaming. Anybody has, I still was dreaming. I
apologize. Let me see what that sleep support do.
Oh, since bench pressing.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna be no napping, child. I tried naps. The only people I can nap with is like my child, the daughter, maybe the dog. You know what I'm saying? Like people of family members. I could probably get a nap with you, but if you the opposite sex and we ain't got no relations, you lay it up close, I ain't gonna be no napping. I'm not. Listen, if you ain't my man, I ain't comfortable. Because I might be thinking of some other things. If
it can start as a nap. I think sometimes the naps, because one time that did happen. I napped with a friend, and then I like 10 minutes in, I snapped up out of that nap, and I was like, oh. We gotta go, because she had a whole man and I actually knew her man, so I was like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, because
yeah, you wake up and you're like,
it's one of them. And see, me personally, I like to be waking out of my sleep with friendliness. Okay,
that's your preference.
That's my little thing. And so that's why I said I can't take no nap, because I'm gonna be napping and backing up on y'all purpose. Is like,
exactly.
I'm gonna be forgetting that you
closer. Yep. So that definitely happened one time.
And then I'm like, Bria, you got a man and he got a lady. You know this ain't gonna work out good, and you kind of tipsy. Bria, knock it off with the.
And she kept saying that she's missing some things, so she's making it very public. And Simon, with his ashka,
the gosh.
Like, I don't know where it is. I can't do the accent. It's so funny because I'm from Germany, not from like literally heritage, but I was born there, so I could do the accent. But for whatever reason, it's escaping me right now.
Yeah, it's not.
You sleepy dish.
Yeah, we ain't sleeping in no sheets, baby. It will be no Isley brothers sleeping. It'll be in between these sheets, but it ain't gonna be no sleeping. So, but yeah, it was a cute little situation that they was able to make light of this night with or whatnot, because it was just going down here quickly with Bria staring off. I told the audience, I said she was staring off in the wind, thinking of how she can get this moment back from Shanice, and she's like, Mariah. I was like, girl. Ain't nobody here talking about Mariah, and here you go. Like out of nowhere. So it was good that they ended up having a good night's rest at the end of the night. And by the time it was all said and done. and that Jasmine didn't have to sleep with a heartache on with that baby in her stomach. Child, that's the worst thing you want to do is be pissed off with somebody and you carrying a child, because then that child come out like said person. So please don't have that baby be like what was the one other thing in the how did you feel, Preston, in that situation with Bria, Jasmine, and stuff? I know you have with Preston, but did you feel like he was along the lines correct when he told Bria that if this was Phil, you would basically not really be on my side, you would be acting the same way, kind of like
I mean, I like that he kind of called Brie out, for some of her behavior. And it seems like although she'll fight a little bit with him, she will listen. So I like that he did that. I'm trying to think, would Brie have done that? And I don't know. I haven't seen Brie somebody that flip-flops on people. Like, she's consistent. I don't know if you talked about it, but even when she was kind of advocating for Noelle with Summer, like, hey, don't you think that's something you should have told? Like, as crazy as she is and selfish as she can be, she want to drag Milo to the club. She's going to do Brie things. I don't see her being somebody that like flip-flops, or she strikes me as somebody like she's going to annoy you, but she's not going to be like that wildly annoying. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe she would have, maybe she wouldn't have, but I kind of doubt that comparison. He was so locked into this whole dynamic with Phil. Just if you are bothered by it, address it. I'm glad he addressed it. We saw Phil apologize. So hopefully he's learning and growing, and let's see what happens later on in the summer. Phil just has to now show and prove how he can get along with the group. I'm glad he's not going to be in the house, just like Mariah's not going to be in the house.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like with the situation, because what it is everybody is basically agreeing that Phil is a problem for the most part. It's like 80% of the house is agreeing that Phil was a problem, opposed to the 95 that are agreeing Mariah's okay. And we've watched her. She might not flip flop on a lot of other things, but with this Mariah situation, she has been flip flopping back and forth. Because one minute she is cool with it, she's gone on lives outside of the show and said she was okay with Mariah coming back, and that they don't have no problem prior to the season starting. And now here we are with the cameras rolling, and every other day it's back and forth. They're over it, they're back on it, they're over it, they're back on it. She says okay, and then out of nowhere she's like, I still have a problem with this. So that one thing she does continue to flip back and forth with. And so maybe she may be team Preston when it came to Phil, but to be honest with you, if the most of the house and he was the only one that had a problem, I don't think she would oblige him as she's asking for everybody else to do her, to be honest, because on top of it, Phil is her friend. So I don't think she would be, I think she would be more on the lines of trying to convince Preston, no, it's okay. Now, what she probably would have done, which Jasmine should have did, is she probably would have addressed it a lot sooner. Because she's a bit boisterous like that. So I think she probably would have addressed it a lot sooner. But I don't think she would have just automatically ousted Phil for Preston. So I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see as it continues, because you even see later on in the episode when she think the guest is Mariah, she started making faces again and tensing up and all that stuff. So it's just like, girl, just stand on your ground. Like, if you don't want her to come, just stand there. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I root for the underdog, so I'm low key rooting for Brie. I know she's definitely she is stressful. She is definitely, she can stress somebody out. She's all over the place, but there's a part of me that likes her little antics sometimes.
they're helpful, like you said later on with the summer situation. We're gonna get into that, but
Yeah,
they do become helpful or whatnot. Yeah, we had talked about. I don't know if there's anything. Like I said, I was at the rodeo day now, but I don't know if there's anything between there. We talked about Shanice and the b-ball day that they had. I don't know if there's anything there you want to talk about. Jasmine told Bria that Mariah will reside somewhere else, and see, she said, "Okay, here again."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so funny because what were we watching? I was watching somebody else's live, and they were saying they don't something about the summer house that they're not really totally liking. I don't remember who it is. No need to bring it up, but I was like, I can see myself in some of the different aspects of the people. So when they play basketball, I would have been Nick. It'd have been Brick City. That I'd have definitely been Nick. That would have been me.
That's what I said. I could be Shanice, but I definitely ain't wearing no low tops. I ain't messing up my ankle for nobody.
Right. Yeah. Now I wouldn't have wore what Nick wore, like, so there's different parts, like, but them, I don't know what the hell those neon green.
Child, the
I don't know
basketball
what
day
he'd
was
be
an
wearing
improv day for everybody because everybody was dressed. I was like, even the person that organized it, I was like, ain't none of y'all in basketball wear.
Exactly. Not even remotely close. And that's the easiest sport to dress for. Everybody, 90% of guys, we sleep in basketball shorts or at least wear them around the house. Everybody got a tank top t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. And listen, I done stole enough men's basketball shorts that I didn't even have to buy my own. So
and who don't have a pair of Jordans? You know what I mean? Who don't have a pair of Jordans to throw on? That's like,
now, unless this was one of the days that they, like I said, it had to be impromptu that nobody knew that they were going to do this. Mm-hmm. It's just like, we need to get out the house and we're going to do this. That's what is more giving, that nobody knew that we were going to have a basketball day. Mm-hmm. Most guys keep a pair of basketball shoes that play basketball, but we know Nick honestly says this is not his ministry.
Yep.
So him having his regular shoes and his track outfit, that's what I'm calling his track outfit, is okay. It's understandable. But Alex came prepared. Amir somewhat ish, and Preston was glad Bria was sitting out so he could sit out too.
Yo, speaking of Preston, why did we have to see more of Preston in the beginning of the episode than I ever wanted to see?
I knew when I looked at
the traumatized.
I said, Shar gonna not be happy about this at all, child.
Now, I understand, everybody going to be in the drawers at some point. That's just, at this point, this is what we going to see. But them drawers?
Them was not drawers. That is just a jock strap, and that is all. We cannot call them drawers, okay? It was a drawstring on each side. And I said the camera had to be right on his behind. Why couldn't it be from Jordan's angle? I mean, not Jordan, but Jasmine. And Jasmine won't take her sweet time asking for a hat. Like, girl, just ask for the hat and get out, okay?
Exactly. Go, go, go.
She knew what she was doing. She's like, oh, well, hello. I was like, girl, get your butt out of there. You a whole married woman. Oh, boy.
I would have passed it out. Yeah, I would have passed right out.
She about to traumatize that baby. She better get out.
Baby gonna get the crying and kicking.
They turned to Skinamax. Yep, a men's G-string, basically, child. That child. It is. I know that thing from my daddy playing softball. That is a jock strap. That is it. That's all. It is designed to hold the cup in the front so you can protect your jewels, and it's supposed to go around your drawers. Now, with the fact that he's not wearing them, no drawers, that's a whole different thing.
Sport.
Baseball.
No.
No, what sport he playing? No, he just wearing them. That's what I'm saying. That's what
I'm saying. Where is he
wearing them? Like, they just wear them nowadays. That's their new thing. And I'm just like, say what now? So we just gonna Well, you know, like one of my uncles say, he don't wear a belt because it's easy access. He don't wear a belt or draws, so it's easy access. So I guess this is what Preston's idea.
Moving forward. Let's
Moving forward. We on rodeo day now. And this is what he wearing to the rodeo. So you gonna wear this on a horse? You ain't giving your behind no cushion, no nothing.
Okay, please. Let's go.
Anywho, Preston agrees to speak to Phil. So they had the phone conversation with Phil on the phone. Phil apologizes, says he was drunk, but he knows that's no excuse. And he had no intent to hurt anybody. And he has been to therapy for the past year and a half. And he was upset that they dismissed him as being a comedian because that is his actual day job.
At least he laughed about it, you know. Preston had a good laugh with him about that part. Yeah, I thought that was a good conversation. You know, at least they got to chat. He apologized. He said he's been in therapy. You know, he was open to hearing some of the feedback coming from Preston. So I thought that was good.
What I do find interesting is that Bria is arranging this, but she seems not to be able to take that lead. She doesn't get that cue from Preston. It's like, okay, what I'm saying here is I'm willing to be open to hear why it is that he was like this. Now, granted, Amir is mostly the blame for the whole mix-up between Mariah and Bria. Yet you can hear Amir out, but you seem like you act like you can't hear Mariah. And vice versa. You know, because at the same time, Mariah needs to come in and hear you out as well. I don't understand. It's just like, why are you so pressed on just, I don't want her in my presence. I don't want her in my space. Yet somebody else is in your space who actually physically altercated you a lot stronger in a lot of other people's opinions than Mariah did. I don't get it. It's your girl, so you root for the underdog, baby.
I don't know. You know, listen, I'm gonna say I don't know if what is Mariah willing to talk to Brie. You know, has because I think the person that would need to organize that, just like Brie organized it for Phil, then I think it would be up to Jasmine to organize that and say, hey, listen. Even if it's just for like the sake of the show, in case they've had conversations already, but say, hey, listen, before, you know, Mariah is willing or she would like to talk to you. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think I see Mariah as somebody is like, hey, I'm sorry it went that far, but it is what it is. So if she has that perspective, then I don't know. And then I also think Brie maybe, sometimes it's like, although Summer and her did get into it, she might not be intimidated because sometimes you're intimidated by somebody. Mm-hmm. So if she's intimidated by Mariah, I think she has a right to feel how she feels. And if her perspective may have changed, but now, because I think that's a difficult thing, especially for somebody that's been bullied. Maybe Brie has been bullied in the past. I don't know. I'm just empathizing with her to that extent. So it's like, okay, I kind of can be okay. But now when the reality is here and the person is in my presence and I'm associating that person with a negative experience and I'm already kind of intimidated by them, then it just may trigger her to feel a particular way. Again, I've always said, I feel like people have a right. If you don't feel comfortable with somebody, especially in your living space, you shouldn't be forced to have them in your living space. I still stand on that, and I feel that way. You know, that she has a right. I don't think it makes Mariah a bad person, but if somebody feels like, oh my God, like I don't know what can happen, and I can't comfortably be myself because if it goes to that point, I'm a little intimidated that, you know, they could beat me up or they could hurt me or, you know, whatever it is like that. That is her own particular right to have that feeling. You know?
Yeah. I mean, we agreed on last week that the living space is a bigger issue. And this week we see that Mariah is going to be somewhere else, and she's going to be at it in their presence, which is the same thing they're kind of agreeing on with Phil. Um, but that's my thing. Is like even at that, those her mouth says yes, everything in her body still says no. We're going to see next week that she's feeling some type of way when everybody shows up and Mariah shows up. It's still this no. Like, why do you say no, but you run around literally everywhere else saying yes? It's okay. I don't have a problem with her. That's where I have that issue with Bria, is just stand on. There's something about her I don't like, and I just, I don't want her in my space. That's better to me than you're going around making everybody feel comfortable that you're comfortable, but then the second it happens, you're making it a whole scene. You're making it more than what it is. And unless that you guys fought on several occasions every time you see each other, that's a different thing. But it was the one of, she hasn't even had a chance to even apologize to you, as far as we know. I don't know if they did off camera or not, but she hasn't had a chance to actually officially apologize to you or cross you again, for you just to be like so hard on, you know what, this is a big no for me. And I just want her to just kind of like take that lead from Preston, to just give that space to people in her life going forth. When they do something, just give that grace, enough grace just to say, give the sorry. If they can't even give you the sorry, then you can do what you will after that. But if they are genuinely wanting to come up and apologize, then get that sorry. It's kind of like the Joy and Ashley thing on Love and Marriage DC. And at this point is now you're not saying sorry the way I want you to. It just keeps moving or whatever. So I don't want you to do that. I just want you to get the sorry. If you feel like it's genuine, let it be, and then move forward from there. You guys don't have to be living spaces in the same thing or whatever, but stop with the back and forth on traumatizing your friends. 1 minute yes, next minute no. That's annoying as heck. I hate indecisive people like that. I'd rather know where you stand on something and just be like, all right, let me not even engage on entertaining bringing this person, because I know Sean don't F with this person. I don't want to have to guess. And you'd be like, oh, it's cool. And then when they show up, well, I'm like, damn, I thought you said it was cool. Now here we are, and I'm looking crazy because I had invited this person, and you giving me weird energy. Now this person got weird energy. Now the whole place just not vibing. I don't want that. So
Yeah, I agree with that. Just be consistent. Be consistent and be upfront. Because if there's anything you know about me, if I don't, I'm always gonna. I'm gonna tell you, if I don't want them around, whoever it is, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's a no for me. You can do what you want. Other than in my living space, but like just being in my, general presence, I'm not gonna control who can come and who cannot come, but you'll always know. So I think you should just be upfront. You should be upfront with how you feel about a particular scenario, especially when you're in a group situation, because it's really easy to change the dynamics and things like that. So I do agree she just needs to be clear on where she is with it. And then if there's a way they can come to resolution for the sake of the show, maybe, try to do that. I know people was advocating for Mariah, again, I don't want to stand on nobody's, I don't want to have anybody miss a bag, but she got on my nerves a little bit too. So I'm actually fine with
this lady.
She just agitated me a little bit. All that yoga and stuff she wanted everybody to do that time, and then she was all upset and aggravated that nobody wanted to do it, and no one was interested. She just kind of
but she sulked in the room by herself. And they came out
so
to the
what purpose did she serve? It wasn't like she.
Well, she wasn't long enough to serve a purpose.
So I mean, other than for as a support person for Jasmine and her being Jasmine's friend, other than that,
she wasn't wearing them heels the way you like, huh? That's fine. It's fine. Let me see. Where are we going with this next? Oh yeah, we still at the rodeo of it all. Of course, Jasmine has to sit it out because of her condition. And Jordan told us that she was I can never say that daggone
Oh,
square
equestrian.
equestrian. Okay, because I spelled it in my head, but it just me we was having a hard time earlier with the pronunciation of vowels earlier. So here I'm back. Okay, I'm back with the tongue twisting of vowels. But she was equestrian, but she wasn't a Western. She was an English. Okay, listen, I don't know the difference between the two, but I guess Westerns mean we bareback. I don't know. They had a saddle. I don't know what the difference is. I'm not coach. I can say that. I don't know what the difference is between them, to be honest. So if there's anybody out there, professional horse riders, let me know what the difference between Western and English. Maybe English means that we're just doing those events where we jumping over.
Yeah, it's more of like the Western style. It's kind of like
Rodeo.
it's not as fancy. Where equestrian, they it's a different gear. You'll see like the helmets that they wear.
Mhm.
The competition, the horse's tail will usually have like the rubber bands or the bands around the back of it. It's more on the elitist side, whereas Western is kind of like just riding the horse more in its natural element.
It's our poor country folks that just run around the city with a little horse ungroomed and everything. I don't know. I actually did like this day though. I like the day. I like the game that they had at the end. Of course, Amir's team won, and Portia needs. She just out here. She can't do nothing for the day. And listen, if Preston didn't have them and them chaps on so tight, he wouldn't struggle getting on that horse. That poor leg. I was like, please don't fall back. That poor boy. I was like, oh geez. But it looked like it was another fun day. So we had a few fun days in a row. That was great. And it's the night dinner for dinner. Everybody gets whatever they want to eat. I thought that was a better idea than them cooking, child. Okay, because the cooking has been questionable. And Jasmine keeps saying she got a guest for the night. So she sent a text to everybody during the day that she was having a guest for the night. And of course, when she sent that text, Bria was looking crazy in the car again because she automatically thought it was Mariah. Child. Oh, one other part. I don't know where you going, Sean. You might be on the phone, but Amir and Natalie is on the phone. And child, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I was exhausted by that conversation. I know Amir likes this girl a lot right now, but I don't know how he can do it because if I have to try to guess what your attitude is, I'm not gonna keep talking to you for long, especially when I'm sitting here asking you and you're making faces at me that is telling me that your attitude is not on the lines of whatever we got going on. It's not in a good vibe. It's not in a good space or whatever. Like you have an attitude with everything, or because I have things going on in my background, you want to sit here and act funny on the phone when I'm literally stopping everything I'm doing to have my conversation with you. That is nothing more frustrating to me than to be in with a relationship with a person worried about everything but the phone call that we got going on. I don't know how you was feeling about that scene with Amira and Natalie, but I don't know how he do it.
Yeah, she seems miserable. She's like one of those, and she's an attractive woman, yeah, but she's just one of those miserable, attractive women, and she just wants to torture him. I'm like, what? Like, why?
It's like if the ladies are laughing in the background, he's staying at a house with ladies and all this. If they're laughing in the background, it's like,
yeah. So let's see when she shows up how it's going to work out, how that dynamic plays out in the future, in person. But I just, and I've been in a relationship with someone like that where she kind of had a little RBF. And then she also had like that little attitude to her. But it was like I think it was kind of like once you talked to her, she opened up and she was cool. But like your first instinct, you know how many people that she rubbed the wrong way? She rubbed my own mama the wrong way, you know? So
don't do that. Not mama.
yeah, it's just like it was her personality, and it was unfortunately that's what was the undoing of our relationship. So, but yeah, she just was kind of like rude like that. Not really, not so much a people person, but like good with her people. Like her friends, she was good with, but when it was other people, she was just kind of like had this standoffish thing, and I never really understood that. But yeah, we were only together for like probably like a year or two, so yeah,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just like, I was like, just cut it out. Like it's just you just want to tell the person, knock it off. Like, what's your problem?
That's what it was given from him at that time too. He's like, man, I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and I have to guess. And I'm glad he knows her enough that he's at this space where he knows he has to guess and hopefully guess right on what it is that she's actually feeling. But I don't want to deal with that. It's like, be an adult and tell me how you feel, and we can go forward from there. But don't have me sitting here trying to guess what it is, because I'm gonna fail that test on purpose every single time. Like, I guess you okay. So anyways, let me finish talking about this or whatever and stuff. But this also, she make me miss my G-moms a bit, because rest in peace, G-moms. But my grandma, you be on the phone with her, and I don't know how she hear whatever is going on in the background better than she hear you. And who is that in the background? Who that talking? Like, please, ma'am, could you stay on the phone with me? She's like, well, they're so loud. I'm like, I am 2 miles away from them people. How do you even hear? I can't hear them. Like, like, you so worried about the background. Please just stay here. Stay in this moment with me right here. Like, that used to frustrate me all the time. And that's what his girlfriend was giving. Is like, she want to sit quiet to see what's going on in the background rather than have conversation with this man. And this man sitting here missing you every 5 seconds. When hopefully they still together when she watches playback, so he can look at her crazy and be like, see, girl, I talk about you every 5 minutes. Watch the reviews. They tired of me talking about you every 5 minutes. Like,
She's probably gonna get annoyed about that. She's gonna say, you making me look bad. You know, you making me seem like I got a problem. I can see her blaming editing. We had so many other better conversations. They chose the conversations where we was having a disagreement.
Gonna be like, Bria, I ain't gotta tell them people about my business. Like, what? They didn't ask about that. They just asked when Simon was coming. Child.
She's gonna be wrong and strong. I can see that.
But yeah, we're gonna see. She's gonna be right about somebody else being there. It's probably why she's sitting quiet, because she probably already got the vibe of Jordan stank attitude. We see that next week or whatever. Because Jordan making faces at everything. And speaking of Jordan making faces at everything, the announcement dinner. I was like, if Hayden friends had a face, it would be Jordan right now. Now, maybe Jordan is in the knowing and we don't know she in the knowing of it. But I was like, if you know as well, just act surprised and happy with everybody else. Why are you sitting here looking like this? The lady has just announced that she is with child. This is like one of the happiest times of her life. And as her friend, she needs your support and she needs you to be happy with her. I did not understand a lot of Jordan's face in this whole moment. I was just like, girl, get it together. The camera is seeing you. It's picking up on you. Hello. Action. Like, give me something fake at the least. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, dang, are you really jealous? It's giving, I'm jealous of your whole life right now. And I don't know Jordan. I don't know if it's true. I pray and hope it's not true, and that she can correct me on that. But it's really giving, I am jealous of your whole life and I'm not happy for you in this moment, the way everybody else is. Even the people that suspected Jasmine being pregnant and hadn't said anything. You know, most of the house was like, yeah, you seen the boobs. I kind of peeped the stomach. I kind of noticed she ain't drinking this or whatever. But every last one of those people were in celebration mode, except for Jordan.
Yeah. She's just insufferable, and I'm sorry. She just comes off not nice at all. It's like just enjoy something. You don't and like the way she's just so upset with Jasmine, you would think they had this big falling out. It's like you didn't like that she was trying to push you to be in a relationship. Okay, life goes on. It's like, did she do something that terrible that we just don't know about? And we still haven't they still haven't had like a full-fledged conversation to really kind of flesh it out and talk about what happened. So I'm kind of really just tired of her. And then you heard in the confessional, I was like, you just have to find a way to be rude. Making that comment like, oh, well, this is their first child. Well, I hope it's their first child together. Well, I think I'm not being shady. Jordan, Jordan, Jordan. You just you can't even let a moment pass. You can't even just show your humanity. Like she's like, I'm committed to being the villain of the show. And I'm just gonna that's my role, and I'm gonna do it. You couldn't even say I'm so happy. Motherhood is a great thing, you know. I'm excited for them. Nope. Still gotta throw some shade in there. Still gotta find a way to be nice, nasty.
It's given that friend, that one friend that just has to be in the total knowing of everything in your life. Like they have to have the approval and the say of what you do in your life. And that's what it seems like at this point right now, because we really don't know anything else to think other than you're mad because you were not aware that she got married. You're now just finding out about her pregnancy. You're not a part of that knowing or whatever, and all this stuff like that. And it's like, to be honest with the pregnancy part, that's kind of on you because you've been ignoring this girl all summer and hanging out with all other people all the year prior or whatever and stuff like that. You haven't had a good relationship for her to want to just be like, hey, sis, guess what's happening right now? I ain't told nobody else, but I'm going to tell you. So literally, just as much as you kind of feel miserable, just think about how Jasmine feels not having her friend to be able to confide in and give one person in this house, have a person that she can just like relax and be her regular belly self around, because she can't confide in you. Last week, you're calling her basically your enemy and getting mad at Summer for saying stuff in front of her or whatever. And you want her to just be able to share all of her good news with you. That is crazy to me. That's what it's giving. Like you're so mad that she's not sharing her most intimate moments with you anymore. That you're no longer her bestest friend in the world that she shares everything with. She's married. Okay. But her being married does not actually have to change your friendship if you don't allow it. There's some things that y'all might not be able to do anymore. Y'all might not be able to go run after men or chase men like that anymore, but you can still hang out. You can still do other things. And to be honest with you, if you don't want to hear about Silas, you'd be like, hey, sis, that's your husband. I don't want to be disrespectful, but when we together, can we just not talk about him so much? Let's just hang out like old times or whatever and just have our kikis the way we do. Simple conversations. I really don't know. I haven't seen any or heard any interviews that she's done to actually explain what the beef is. Because if it's just that she was trying to push you into a relationship, what's the problem? Because now you over here screaming you alone, crying you ain't got nobody. But last year you was mad at her for trying to help you find somebody. You're gonna be like, girl, I understand the help, but these men right here are just not the ones. Let's work on some other ones. You could have told her that at the least. But she was trying to help you find some happiness outside of yourself too. So what do you want from her? Just tell her exactly what you want from her, and you can go from there. Like, just having this grudge is the same way of Bria having a grudge over Mariah. Like, what is happening? Please just open your mouths. Tell these people how you really feel, and let's just go forward. Because she got you on the show. I don't think you're going anywhere anytime soon. So if you're just trying to keep the secret to stay on the show, don't. It'll actually be better if you just tell her, because it'll probably make the show more spicier as it continues to go on. Because with her having a baby, I don't know how that's going to work next year, anyways. That's gonna be a new dynamic as it is. Like, there's gonna be two separate houses. People that got kids, her and Mariah, in one house, and everybody else in another house. I don't know. Sean, like, I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna check out. Don't do it.
We already got Brie trying to bring Milo everywhere. Now you can't.
Toting the baby in the club.
Exactly.
I don't know. So I don't know. And then it's not gonna get no better next week, because we seen preview of next week, and she's making faces at Amir's girl and exiting out the room as soon as the introduction is made and all this stuff. It's like, you didn't want Amir, so why are you being mad and shady to him? It's not like y'all had a thing, did y'all? Or did we miss the thing that y'all had? Because was he supposed to continue to flirt with you for the rest of his days and you not give him no play? Oh, well, you know, it sucks to be Natalie, because you'd have messed up her whole game plan. I don't know.
I'm telling you, if there was some guy that she wanted to be flirting with her, she would be happy. She would be a little nicer. Because when Amir was chasing her around, and then I think her and Alex had a little pleasant trees, you know, she was a little more tolerable. Like, she is intolerable this particular so far. The first few episodes, she's intolerable.
Mm-hmm.
Last season, we could tolerate her. Now it's just like, I want her off my screen, because she's just so rude.
So nasty,
like,
so rude.
She's bumping up against everybody. She can't even get along with Summer, and they're pretty much the same person.
And they've been running together thick as thieves.
Yeah.
In the off season. So yeah, that's wild. I don't know. Yeah. She definitely needs as they put it, a sleep support system, because sweetie, you need to get some things off your chest, baby girl. I got you real tight up in here. Oh yeah, the last scene before anything, we get up out of here. We end on another good note, pretty much. The Apollo night in the Vineyard. Preston was a judge. And he said he is honest, fair, and shady. So we had the aliens, Noelle, Shanice, and Summer.
The meow meows. Well, I thought they were the meow meows.
Yeah, they said, they've been running around calling themselves the aliens the whole thing, because you remember they was doing that little dance time out, and that little twerk that Noelle had going earlier. So this song was called the Meow Meows. They had me dying with that one. I was like, what is happening? That wig on Summer head popped all the way down. We had the cross dressers, Jordan dressing like Nick and Nick dressing like Geordie Jor. I thought that was fun and cute. That was a nice side of Jordan being relaxed, though. I liked that part. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. Especially Nick come in dressed like her. I was going to get a good kiki out of that one. He had that swing in the hair and the song playing. I love Nick for being a good support on that one. Jasmine did her rap. Alex sang. Bria flipped around and tossed Milo in the air and then threw up in her mouth. And Amir did his Love Jones. I'm the funk in your left leg, trying to become he did his poetry. And at the end of it all, Preston gave it to Amir. And he went on and pulled a Jay-Z and drank out of his trophy. And that was the end of the episode. Do you think Amir should have won?
I guess Preston was being nice, you know? I like the meow meows. The meow meows was entertaining to me. They were the most entertaining. But hey, you know, he wanted to give Amir, you know, he wanted to give him a boost of confidence. Amir's always the one that don't know what's going on. We have a friend like that.
It was so funny. He was like, "Am I the only one that didn't know she was pregnant?" It's like, yeah.
That's why it's so fun to me, because in every friend group, sometimes I'm that person in the friend group, like, because stuff can go on in the group chat.
Mhm.
And if I'm not paying attention or I get annoyed and I don't want to be in the group, whatever particular group chat is going on, then I might miss out. So it's
Mhm.
like you're gonna have to catch me up,
Hey,
you know. But we
listen.
definitely know where she is. We need to call her, but we definitely have a friend. We always gotta catch her.
Now what's going on? So what now?
Wait, who? What show we talking about?
Oh, I don't even know that show.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, but you did all of this explaining. I don't even know that show. Like, what?
no. And I'm not watching it either.
Damn you. But I give Amir credit because that's why I told him before you got on here that he's the only one that we always see every time that we get in B-roll, he's cleaning up. So he's too busy cleaning up to be paying attention to what's halfway going on in this house or whatever. Like, so I give him credit for cleaning up the most in his house. So if he want to win this trophy for that too, like, hey, by all means, give him the trophy for cleaning up because
exactly. He's always cooking and cleaning. He's always doing something. Natalie got him trained right. She was like, "Don't."
I Natalie got him trained right. He said after they sat there and messed up that damn broccoli, asparagus, or whatever the heck that she done put on, Bria to put on that. He said, "I'll be damned if I come in and let y'all cook again."
Exactly.
I don't care if I got to learn the oven on the spot. I'm coming in and handling the mines.
But I forget who it was. Somebody was on there on Watch What Happens Live, and they said I think it was Preston, because Preston was on Watch What Happens Live this Sunday, and he said that I think he said Amir is the best cook in the house. So
he's giving that. That's probably why they keep him in there. Child, keep Bria out though. And stuff. Bria wants it. I have special dietary needs.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
okay, yeah, okay. You putting all the sodium on everything, but you got a special dietary need.
I can't eat eggs. I can't. Don't tell them that, Brie, because think of
eggs and everything.
think of that's it. Now she's out. Now what we're gonna do? So don't tell them your dietary. Just Uber Eats. Uber Eats what you can eat.
Right. Or act like Alex. Okay, thank you. Don't eat it, but thank you. Child. But yeah.
Did you talk about the scene with no, we didn't talk about that yet.
What scene?
With Brie and Summer and Noelle.
Oh, you know what? I don't know how I missed that in my notes. Did I not write it down? I think I watched it. I got so engulfed. Oh no, I did, and she spoke on that. No, we didn't. I wrote it because I wrote the way I wrote it. I was like, the girls are at the pool. Bria got dietary issues. Brings up Alex and Summer and Noelle speak on it. Bria asks why not tell Noelle prior to Summer, and Summer turns into a victim and storms off. Child, I was like, okay, Summer. Summer's another exhausting one as well, okay? And like you said, her and Jordan are the one and the same because how are you going to make this about you? When the simple question was, why just not tell the girl before she got to the house? And her response was something on the lines of, well, she didn't know him. I didn't know she was going to like him. And what that got to do with the price of tea in China? Like, girl, it's not that hard to do the same thing you actually did in this scene is, hey, this guy was up inside of me. I made him orgasm this many times now, whatever. It was like, okay, all right. For somebody that keeps trying to convince us, the audience, on how much she don't like this man, during the course of this show, you keep telling us how much you actually do like this man, that you done made him climax all this time, you done did all of this to him or whatever. And according to y'all, you ain't mess around but a few times anyway, so... And generally, most men climax at the end of it. I know men that even climax when it's not good faster, just so they can get up out of it. So the climax for a man ain't really like a good, strong point to just base your theory on. I don't know. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not sure what she's going through, but it's obviously something because I'm starting to get low-key offended for Alex, why she keeps talking about the sex they've had so graphically. It's like, can you knock it off? Because if the shoe was on the other foot, she would be pissed, you know? So I just want her to knock it off. And then that's what I mentioned it. I know we talked about it behind the scenes, but this is what I wanted to talk about. Last episode was when her and Summer and Jasmine got on Watch What Happens Live, and they're kind of like downplaying the sex. And Summer was like, oh, it's a 5. And she was like, I thought I was being nice. But every time we see you talking about it, you're the one that brings it up. You seem to be sprung. You talking about some level of care you expected him to have, but you want to downplay it on the other side. So she just seems petty and mean as hell to me, because that's only somebody does that when they like the person and it's not being reciprocated. So I just need her to knock it off. We don't need to hear about any details about who said what, how many times something happened. You know, she's making herself look bad. And I'm glad Alex is playing it the way he's playing it, you know, because he's playing it real smooth. You know, but I hope he kind of has a little talk with her sometime in the season, being like, hey, can we come to an agreement that it was what it was, whatever happened, you know, if your feelings are hurt or if there was something that wasn't matched, my bad. But I just need us to just, you know, let's just stop talking about what happened between us, especially the intimate parts. I need you to just knock it off.
I think by reunion, some things will get addressed, because I know on Kempire, he was speaking on the Shanice situation a bit and saying that kind of gets addressed at the reunion. But I'm pretty sure that this is going to get addressed at the reunion too. And hopefully we can get it. And maybe that's the way it was addressed at the reunion, is why she's still on this campaign of trying to tarnish him or whatever, because it's probably got addressed in a way that kind of shuts her down and checks her in the same time on how she's been moving. Like, but sis, you're moving mad right now. For somebody, like, if it wasn't nothing to me, I'm not going to sit here and disrupt what you have going on. Like, but to be honest, my pride still ain't gonna even disrupt if it was great. Like, I mean, a little bad. Y'all know how I get to talking. Like, why that person cut me off? Damn it! Call me, please. Like, you know, but I'm not gonna, because it was a mutual thing that we both agreed upon. I don't see why I have to feel some type of way or make you feel bad about something we both as adults agreed to do or whatnot. Now, if you're going around talking about me in some type of way, maybe if I'm on a good petty day, I might say something back. But a lot of times I'm just going to be like Alex in the same way, just like, oh, that person got their opinion, they got their right, whatever. But just to sit here and act like you're being jumped on, and I didn't really care for the fact that Noelle had to come apologizing to her and make check on her to say that, oh, I know you feel like we're ganging up on you and all this stuff. It's like there was no gang up. Bria asked a simple question, which was a legitimate question for us all. Why you just didn't tell this girl prior? That it would have solved this whole thing or whatnot. Yes, at the table, I guess that was your way of telling her, but she was so engulfed in the crab legs, she didn't even notice what was happening. So you could have just came out to her and said, hey, one of the guys I mess with, you know, we had a little thing for last summer that it was what it is or whatnot. Now, on the flip side of it all, because how Alex did respond to the picture taking part of it, I know he says it's more to reason why he stopped talking to Summer altogether, but you did respond to the picture taking part of it. Maybe she's thinking in the back of her head, let me not say nothing else to anybody else, because we don't know off camera how he actually addressed that when it came out that the picture was floating around of her, you know, that she took of him. So depending on how he actually addressed that, maybe in the back of her mind, she was thinking, let me not bring up you anymore. However, if that's what you were thinking, you shouldn't brought him up anymore outside of just privately telling Noelle, hey girl, I was respecting the fact that he liked to keep it private. Yeah, I should have told you, but you know, I didn't, because I was trying to respect our privacy on what we had going. But I don't know. She's just taking the wrong approach for me all the way around, because This just blurting it out. He was in me and I did this and we did that. It's just like, girl, have some cool.
Yeah, she dodges that accountability. You know, that's all it is with her. Is that the accountability? She's allergic to it, and I think she's just one of those people that she feels like when you tell her, you know, when you give her a different perspective or say, hey, listen, I thought you would have told me this, she crashes down. And Noelle is so nice. That's all you can really do, because she can't really attack Noelle, because it's like now you're just gonna look crazy. So she's just crashing out, screaming and falling to pieces. Because she don't want to just own like, oh yeah, you know, my bad. I wish I would have told you. You know, I should have been more in detail. But she was trying. I think she was trying to downplay it, because that's what she keeps doing now, because it's unrequited. He's not interested in her. So she was like, go for it. Kind of like, let's see how he does you.
Well, you should keep that same energy and keep your mouth shut. And don't say anything at all to him, to her. I mean, if you want to talk to him in private, but don't announce it at the table in front of everybody, because everybody was not in the knowing of the whole situation between you two. Even with the picture coming out does not imply that y'all are sleeping together until somebody is actually saying that. So you could have just kept it cute and on mute and not said anything, and just let your friend go about it and watch from a distance or whatever, or politely pull her to the side. Hey, you know, me and him messed around one time. I'm good on him though. If that's what you still want to venture, you know what I'm saying? Proceed with caution. I'm just going to say it like that. Do you though, sis? You're grown. Or, I still got feelings for this man. And we've been together, and please don't talk to him. Out of all the men in this house, please don't talk to him. One of those three ways you could have did instead of handling it like this, and now you the victim because you feel like you're being ganged up on by everybody, but you blurted his information out. It's not just yours. It's his information too. You blurted it out at the table in front of everybody. So now everybody, of course, is going to be in the business like, hey, what is really happening right now? And before your friend got all in lust with him, why you didn't tell her? You're telling her to go ahead and tell her how she feels, but you won't tell her that you actually have feelings for him. So, I mean, I remember last week when we talked about it afterwards, and I was like, yeah, this is not really your friend, because you're the roommate to one of the guys she's talking to. So there's that. So that's why she doesn't care to tell you or whatnot. But just keep that in mind, Noelle, that this girl is not really your friend at the end of the day while you're consoling her and making sure that she's okay. Just know that this can come up again in a whole nother situation where she's withholding information from you because she doesn't respect or value you in that light. So.
Yeah. Talk about your friends, you know. I think Summer, I don't know, she may not even know how to be a friend. So she probably has some things she just needs to unpack, because she's just coming off very mean. I didn't see that side of her particularly last season. I know her and Bria got into their little thing, but I think that was like they both had a role to play in that. But now she's just coming off very, very mean. And that could be part of the reason why Alex was like, yeah, I'm good. You know, I'm good on this going any further. I probably don't want your energy at my my event. So I'm fine, you know. And he probably, maybe he communicated, she wasn't listening, or maybe he just didn't communicate effectively, resorted to his, you know, old F-boy ways and kind of just like eased out, ghosted out of the situation. But it seems like he's like, I'm good on your energy. It's like I don't dislike you, but I'm just like, I'm good on it.
Yeah. I mean, then you got to factor in you're hanging with Jordan with similar energy. And y'all just feeding off of each other. So a lot of times when we start getting with people with similar energy, and if it's on the negative side, it only gets worse. More negativity gets recycled in that atmosphere, and it becomes more toxic, so to speak, for everybody else around y'all. So I could see you just picking up on Jordan's energy as well as she picking up on yours, and y'all just feeding into each other's negativity, and y'all just being toxic friends together. Toxic twins, as they say, running around here, traveling the world, acting all friendly towards people until they get into your space. And then, you lashing out on them. So you're right. And then that would explain why she's chose Jordan as a BFF, a recent BFF too. Because a lot of times you pick what you are. I know Coach doing the mirror series, and that's going to continue over here, is that you do pick the type of energy that you're carrying. So you befriending Jordan and vice versa is because y'all marry each other. And it gives you a space to be free in that space, that energy that you're carrying, and not feel judged or I need a change or anything like that. A lot of times we pick people, especially when we're in a negative space, that are negative as well, so we can just continue on with our bad behavior. We don't have to correct it. We don't have nobody holding us accountable on the things that we do until we get into a space where we're being combative with each other. You know what I'm saying? So when we start getting at heads and blows with each other, then that's when it all comes out to which one of us is stronger in this negative space than the other or whatnot. So we know Jordan is right now over Summer, but Summer's is like her reign is over everybody else. She can't manipulate Jordan the way she wants to, but she gonna do it with everybody else. And right now, Noel's an easy target to do it on. So I don't know, poor Noel, but if y'all have not watched the Kempire interview where he has Alex on a phone call, we do find out that Noel has not taken the hint. And I don't know much more. I think he did confess that they exchanged a kiss or something like that at some point during this or whatever. So it may be more. And he also led us to believe that I think they were still in communication, but he said she might be mad at me right now watching this back. So I was like, oh, so y'all still been in some type of communication. So yeah. But I can see it for Jordan. I mean, not Jordan, Noel and Alex. It's a light energy. And like you said about Alex, he probably picked up on Summer's energy and didn't like it. But Noel has a nice, light, loving spirit about her. And so, I think the space that Alex is in, he likes to Noel a lot better than he would with Summer because of that.
Yeah. I hope we don't see Noelle sliding down any more walls, because she's such a sweet girl. She did that, and she's always the positive light. Everybody says it. And, even the mean girls say that, she has a good energy, so I just want her to just not get wrapped up in something that's not going nowhere.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. We shall see or whatnot. I'm not gonna say Alex is a bad guy because he doesn't come off as a bad guy or like a true F boy to that degree. I think he has it in him and whatnot, but I don't feel that energy of that he's trying to play games with people, especially with Noel. I just think that he's just in a space of enjoying being single and maneuvering, and that he's one of those type of people. It does take some time to like fully win him over and get in there. So we'll see. Maybe they'll come back with some news next year of them being an actual couple if they can weather through this playback of it all. Because sometimes when they get the playback, old feelings come back up and all this, and everybody be in their emotions all over again. And so her seeing herself look a little crazy and watching us talk about it might have her feel some type of way. But maybe by the time they get back in 11 space at the end of the season, that will rekindle that love for them too. I don't know, but he does talk light. That's what I do respect. If y'all, once again, I'm gonna say, go watch that interview. He does talk very light when it comes to Noelle. So, and you can kind of, he's over the phone, but you kind of hear a smile in his voice when he talks about her. So I do think he fancies her a lot. Is it enough for her to be his actual girl? I don't know, but he is in a space of trying to find him somebody. He says he do want a wife, and he want a real relationship. So there's always good hopes that it can work out in the end. Um, and if it doesn't, know well, listen, it's a lesson learned, and you'll be off to better. So, and not better in a negative way on you, Alex. Don't listen to it like that. All right. If you're by chance listening, don't take it as you ain't crap. I ain't saying that. But
yeah, I got your back. I got your back, Alex. Because he handled himself well. And, Kempire asked him if he had heard about the comment that they made on, and that Summer made on Watch What Happens Live. And he was like, yeah. He was like, I heard it. He was like, but trust how is she acting? You believe somebody's actions before people can say anything,
Was there anything else that we missed outside of that was really?
You talked about Milo tearing that house up.
Yeah. I was wondering to myself. I said, now Bambi definitely tore the tissue up when I first got her. I don't even know how she was so little. I don't even know how she reached that tissue. She was jumping, child. She was jumping to get that tissue. I locked her in the bathroom one day, and tissue was everywhere. Oh, she made me mad that day. I was like, girl. But I don't know if you have ever had that with Abby. You left her at home one day and she just tore up.
Yeah. She's done it many a times where she just, and her thing is she'll do it now, not to that extent where she will knock stuff off the counter, but if she gets a hold of some paper, tissue, paper towel, a piece of paper that fell on the floor, she's fine. For the most part, she's good that she's not going to knock things over. She doesn't, go after things that aren't on the floor. I give her that. But sometimes I'll be on a live, and if she feels like I'm not giving her attention, or she's brought me one of her toys to go fetch one too many times, I look in the corner and I'm like, why is she so quiet? And she's gotten a piece of paper and she shredded it to bits. And she looks right at me like.
There's been a few times that we've had that literal story, and I used to laugh I know Akira used to be bad, but the dog ate my homework. It's been a few times we had that literal story because Bambi would get in those things. The most time though, Bambi would really tear up something is when she was left too long and she had to pee because she don't want to pee in the house. And so that's where a lot of times I would catch her outside of tearing up her toys, because that was another thing. She'd just tear up the toy just because, especially if there's like a little string or something that she could pull at until she get the inside out. But when she came to tearing up stuff, it would just mostly be out of frustration because she had to use the restroom outside of my work shoes. Now that was the thing. And it was a weird space that she would do it. She would chew the shoestrings, but in the middle, not at the ends or anything like that, but literally in the middle of the shoe where you have to string it all up. So when I go to try to tighten my shoe, because I always kept them tied up anyway, but when I go to tighten it up, I'm looking, I'm like, I ain't got no daggone shoestring right here. And I mean, it looked like it's still strapped because it's still got that, and you got the bow at the top, but the whole middle chewed apart. I'm like, this heavy. And it was only the work shoes. It's like, okay, you clearly don't want me to have a job. So
they do some wild things. Once when she was much, much, much younger, back when we were living in our house, I had come home from church and I had put the blazer of my suit like against the couch. And I went upstairs to change my clothes and everything. I came down, she chewed, there was little bite marks all in the shoulder of my suit blazer. I'm like, if I could have thrown her up against the wall, I sure would have. I was like, because this suit is ruined. This can't even, I tried to get it fixed. It was no fixing it. It was just like, I could not believe she had never done anything like that. Now, when she was a puppy, she chewed furniture. She's messed up furniture. We had to get our wood floors fixed when she was a puppy because she got to digging in the wood floor.
It was probably something underneath there that y'all don't realize.
No, she was her breed, they're aggressive chewers. And we didn't know that and we didn't realize it. And when she was a puppy, we used to have what are those? It's like an enclosure.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't it
I know
was
what you're
bigger
talking
than
about,
a crate.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah, we had it like a dog, and we had an enclosure, and she stayed in the living room. And she just didn't like to. There was times where she just didn't like to be by herself. So when she was by herself, you know, she had separation anxiety, and so she would just dig and paw and scratch until we kind of, you know, had to learn different tactics, give her toys, leave the TV on, you know, make sure she's engaged to keep her from those destructive behaviors. But yeah, I'd have been through some things when she was a puppy. She has destroyed a whole entertainment center. She scratched and chawed and chewed a couch. Like one time she got mad and she looked at me and she peed right on the sofa. Like when she was a baby.
I told you got that liger over there. That's the funniest thing is when they just do stuff and watch you. Like, oh, you so bold, ain't you? You so bold, somebody. Bambi. What was it? I think she was the one. Oh my God, it was the razors. I was like, please stop chewing on the freaking razors. Oh my God, could you stop? It was plastic for her. I would not. And I have one of the cats, they like plastic too, but he chews on like plastic wrapping and the trash can strings and then throws up everywhere. I'm like, you're so annoying. But the couches for sure with the cats, because they want to do the claw thing. So we have to buy the sticky tape. And then they got to have a whole attitude behind it. Like the baby don't care. He don't care about the sticky tape or not. He just, I'm like, you're something else, brother. But yeah, Bambi was a little hell on wheels. She wasn't too bad. She wasn't that bad, but I remember that day in the bathroom, that child had all the toilet paper on the floor and was in there going just like
something about paper. They go wild, you know. But I'm not. I wish I was lying. She's good now. I can tell you, like, once we got through her puppy phase, she's so well behaved and she's so good. But every now and then, I might get a surprise. She'll get a hold of a sock. She'll go to town on a sock.
Yeah, the sock is still a thing.
Yeah, and from what I've read up, they actually love it because it has your scent in it. So that's less of, you know, it's not about them being destructive, but the other things, now she's super, super good. I think once they get past the teething stage, it kind of calms down. It's the teething stage of it all or whatnot. It's just hell. You just got to buy. And then they don't want to buy nothing you buy for the teething. They don't want to chew on none of that stuff. They want to chew on everything but. I'm just like, could you knock it off? But Milo was I think Milo was feeling, I told the audience, I said, Milo was feeling what Bria feeling. I ain't got nobody in this house either. Not even you, Bria. You left me. Yep. Now I'm going, so I'm going to tear your stuff up.
He was just tearing up everything. He started off with the box. And I was like, okay, the box of food, he gonna get into that. Then he started pulling stuff off. I was like, this dude over here pulling stuff off the daggone dresser. And then he went to the bathroom, started tearing up the tissue. Milo said, if I can't go to the club, nobody will.
Katie said her dog is a Pisces. You know your dog sign? I don't even know what happy sign is.
Hey, this is the funniest because mine is a Scorpio.
Oh, really? When is Bambi's birthday?
We put it on I don't know the official date, but we put it the same day. I just know she was born in November, so we put it the same date as Akira, so we gave her the 16th.
Oh, nice.
November 16th.
Oh, she's at the end. She's at the end of the Scorpio. Yeah, I don't know. Abby's born on January 5th. I don't know what sign that is.
That's Capricorn.
Sure. Oh, she's a Capricorn.
Yeah, no wonder she in there going liger. Full blown liger in there. Yeah, that's the only thing about these fur babies is just getting them through them younger years and train not to do certain things. It's a process, but
y'all be knowing them signs, boy. They just like Capricorn. I don't.
Know your baby sign, Sean.
Well, now I know. Thank you.
She's a she's a Aquarius moon and a Taurus sun.
And Mercury's in retrograde.
We gotta have Seaway here for that. She gonna tell us about Abby's Scorpio, her horoscope traits and stuff. She's like, no wonder she over here doing this and that.
Pretty funny.
But yeah, so we talked about that. We talked about him being an internationally known clubber outside the U.S. because he's allowed to club everywhere else but in the U.S. I mean, if they take him to Vegas, Milo.
Oh, I'm so glad they let her bring that dog so she can be quiet. Because when someone tries to tell you don't do something and then you be dead set. Because you could tell. She's like, no, I brought him places before. Absolutely. He does. He comes. They were like, okay, bring him along. Let's see how it works out. She's alone in a room.
Talking to Simon. Why Milo gotta pee? Milo like, yeah, listen, lady. I don't know what outdoor club you thought this was gonna be, but they was like, we're not having it at all. She's like, I've been all over, and she named 3 places. I was like, girl. You named 3 places that he clubbed at. It was probably day parties. Don't play with me, woman.
And now not Martha's Vineyard. Like, I don't understand why you would want to bring a dog. First of all, he's so little. He can't be on the floor. Somebody could easily step on him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be, you're going to carry him the whole time in your arms.
And she liked to put him down every 5 seconds she gets.
Yeah. She's the most unsupportive, in need of an emotional support animal I've ever seen, because that dog is always left to his own vices.
Yeah, and I was like, that's what I was explaining to the audience earlier. You don't even see people that actually need walking actual support dogs, like real support dogs, because we know this is an emotional support dog when they're that small. When you have a real support dog, which is like, big dogs that can handle you walking alongside of them just in case you fall or stumble a little bit. A lot of times you don't even see those people with their dog in clubs because the environment is just not designed for that dog in its vest. Quick hand movement and all this stuff in front of them. You can't even touch them when they're in their vest. Like literally that's how they're trained. So they're not trained for this type of environment. So why would you want to take an emotionally support dog into an establishment where a bunch of people are drinking, when a lot of times those people themselves can't control themselves, being drunk, bumping into everybody, doing this. And please don't put your dog down on the floor with all this nastiness on the floor, and anybody can accidentally step on your dog and your dog bite them or whatever. It's not an environment that you want to actually put your animal in your baby in. That's just crazy to me. I didn't understand her purpose. And somebody said in the audience earlier that she just didn't want to go. That's why she brought the dog. But I'm like, then just don't go. You just want to wear this dress. That's fine. We got plenty more days to wear this dress, but just don't go to the club with the dog.
Oh no, I believe she wanted to go. She just wanted to those people, you can't tell them something. So they handled it the right way. Some people think that there's people that just think they know every single thing, and they be right a good portion of the time, but sometimes they be wrong. So they think they know everything. So you just have to prove them wrong. Sometimes that's me too. Maybe that's why I can identify with Bria a little bit. Because sometimes you gotta show me so that I know I'm wrong. You're like, oh, okay. You got it.
She wasn't even standing there wrong. She's like, well, I go everywhere else with my dog. And it's like, I'm not going to hold you. A lot of establishments nowadays allow dogs, but it's at daytime. I've yet to see a club environment that allow actual pets, not stray dogs, not stray cats, but your actual pet inside of the place. Sometimes you go to a place, especially when we out in different countries, you go to a place and there's a cat in the corner or something like that. You'll get that. Looking. Yeah. But that cat also knows how to maneuver through all these drunk people and all this or whatever. The dog is there and just doing his little thing or whatever, waiting for a piece of chicken or something to fall. But I've never seen somebody actually bring their pet into a club that is not arranged or an event space that is designed by somebody. Like maybe if this was a function, what is it? what is what the word I'm trying to think of for those events? Like an auction space, not the auction really, but like something where they actually putting on an event, a upscale event, but it's not going to be a bunch of people up dancing, moving around. We're sitting down and eating. Maybe those events, maybe even with the cocktail tables, and we're outside. So like, say a celebrity party and we're outside in the grass. Those type of places, yeah. But an actual club that is a cafe by day or a restaurant or whatever and stuff like that, a lot of times it's not sanitary unless it's set up that way. Even the ones that do allow dogs, they're mostly sit down places. Everybody's not bouncing around and drinking and doing all of this. It's just not that environment. And so I don't know what she was thinking. Maybe she was under impression that we're going to somewhere more arranged in that area. But they all said they was going to the club. So I heard club.
She know what she heard, but like Felicia's age said, it's hard-headed. That's exactly that. But she's hard-headed. So she just gotta figure it out. This, I think with Brie, sometimes there's just no rhyme or reason for the nonsense that she does. She just thinks she knows and she don't be knowing.
Mm-hmm.
So she learned today.
Her Karen energy, it wanted to come out bad. She wanted to be like, I can bring my dog
anywhere. I have a right. I have the paperwork.
I have rights. My dog is not a dog. He is my support. He is
they will let you and your support can
support yourself over there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they offered to drive her home and she said no, she just wait in the car. So, I mean, and like I told the audience earlier, she still had a good attitude because I told them a little story where, my attitude wasn't so great. Something like this happened. I didn't have Bambi with me or nothing like that, but I was stuck outside and didn't get in the space. My attitude wasn't that great. So I give her
you gave her points for at least being a good sport about it, not messing up the night. So I think, hey, listen. See, Miss Pretty Amazing. I mean, we can't just. I guess I'm not like that. Like I cannot like somebody. I guess it depends on the level of what the person does. But like somebody like Brie, it's just like what you're getting. I'm not gonna be all the way nasty and just want her to fall to peril and not care what happens to her. Because sometimes she has a good point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah.
Y'all want Mariah to come in the house and bust her in the nose.
No, Mariah did not need to come in and put her hands on anybody else. She one and done, sweetie. Okay.
Oh, no, just Rhonda don't have no patience with Bria. Oh, come on, guys.
Listen. Sometimes Bria's a bit much, but at this point right now, everybody else in this house is too. Our least problematic right now, is Jasmine and Alex. Okay,
Amir.
No, Amir and that damn talking about his girlfriend be getting on my nerves every 5 seconds too.
But he's not bothering nobody but himself. He's not problematic.
He's bothering us.
Yeah,
the audience.
But he's put himself in he's in a whole struggle. People like that, he just gonna stress himself out with that old, mean girlfriend of his.
Mm-hmm. The people that most of these other ladies is it's mostly the ladies because Nick is not really a problem either. It's mostly the ladies in the house that is the problem. Okay. Noelle and Jasmine about the only two. Jasmine can't be a problem because she ain't trying to have a problematic child. Hey, listen, I hear you on that, baby. You don't want your baby coming out with being crazy like these ladies. And Noelle, she just got here, so she just trying to have a good time. Her only problem is Alex. So.
And the walls keep sliding down.
Damn, that wall keep moving. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, these ladies, Summer, Jordan, Shanice, Bria, child, each one of these ladies, child, every 5 seconds is one of them doing something, screaming about something, arguing about something, crying about something. It's always something. Okay. Now, unfortunately for Bria, she's mostly the something that's always got something going. Okay. That's the problem with Bria. Bria makes something out of nothing. Miss Pretty Amazing say you're too kind and reasonable.
AKA, I'm not changing.
Yeah, the baby is at least problematic. He ain't got here to annoy us yet. Actually, Milo, even though he threw that tantrum through the house, he's at least problematic. Even with his poop everywhere. Now that'd be my problem with Milo. Like, okay, I know you ain't pooping through
No.
this
Maybe
house.
she means Jasmine's baby.
That's
Maybe
that's what she did. That's what she said, the
okay.
baby. That's what I was saying, that baby, but he not here right now yet to get on her nerves.
That
We'll see.
crying and carrying on.
We'll see this summer if they come back this summer. We'll see then. But yeah, the baby is the least problematic. And right now he seemed to be giving her the least problems too, because we ain't heard her having morning sickness or nothing now. Maybe she having it and not telling us, but she been able to suck her stomach in and carry on with her day. So child, she's going through a good pregnancy right now. And that's probably a good thing for her. And it sucks. And I'll talk on that too real quick. The Silas situation on him. It sucks that it is that way. But being that I do have a lot of military family, unless you're literally base stationed with them, you can't. They can't. You're basically having your baby alone. So it's kind of sucks that she's going to go through majority of her pregnancy and the delivery of her child before he'll be able to come. And then, I just went through that with my sister or whatnot. But we did like a family, which was crazy. We did a family FaceTime during the delivery. So he still got to be there some type of way for the delivery of my nephew. And I'm pretty sure they'll probably do the same thing. With Silas, or they did the same thing, because I know it's past tense now, but they probably got to do the same thing with Silas, that he probably got to be there virtually for the delivery of the baby. And so it's a wonderful thing. And then he'll get a little paternity leave for a little while to be able to come, but then he's still gonna have to make that time up. So he'll probably get like 2 months to 3 to be home and then have to go make that time up. So yeah, they just had it. So he's probably, if he's not still home now, he's probably on his way back now to finish up his time. So I don't know how much time he had left. And maybe he was almost done. Maybe they might have gave him an early leave. But if he hadn't finished up his time, he has to go back, finish up his time, and he may be back in time for summer to record if they're coming back for the next season. So we may see him again. Not poor man. Are we surprised Bria and Simon are still together? Poor man. It sounds like he likes that life, because she said she do everything for that man. She cook, he clean, she do everything for him. So Simon signed up. He in it for life, baby. He like it. So he like her giving him hell.
Yep. And when she starts getting on his nerves, he speaks to her in German.
Lord, I'm gonna let you take that one, Sean.
Look, Katie is always misbehaving. Katie, cut it out.
Not you gotta go like that, Miss Katie. Now, Miss Katie, not you out here acting like this. This is not what we do.
T-shirt, you done left fingerprints and all. You are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
You gotta hide your wives, hide your kids. Y'all so bad. Stop it. Who is toxic like Sean? Who are we talking about?
Simon. She said
Nah, Sean, you see them heels? Sean would have been out on Bria with them heels she had on with that white dress. I already know it. It was some kitten heels too, Sean. They was pointy toe kitten heels.
You know what? I must have missed it.
I seen them. I hated them shoes. I was like, I do not like these shoes. The white dress was beautiful, but the daggone shoes she had, they zoomed in when she was walking Milo. I said, oh no.
Yo, this is so like random, but you know when you like fall into the YouTube algorithm. So there's a guy, he does a show. It's not quite Pop the Balloon, but he's called Unghetto. and it's like a dating. It's not like I think it's kind of like a dating show, but he'll bring celebrities on. So he had one.
I think I know that show. I never knew the name of it, but I think I know.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but the host name is, I think it's Unghetto. Whatever it is his name is Unghetto, whoever the guy. So he had Saucy Santana on there, right? This guy had on kitten heels. I was dead. And we always look at the comments. So I went to the comment section and they was eating up Saucy Santana. They was like, why he out here with these kitten heels on? I could not stop freaking dying.
Hilarious. Now I gotta go find that one.
I'll send it to you. But they have all types of, they have like, all type of celebrities. It just so happened that the episode that I landed on,
I've seen clips. You know how they come on IG, they show little clips of people. So I know what you're talking about when you said celebrity and stuff. It's generally like one person and they have almost a one-on-one back and forth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I never watched it, but I was like, I never knew where it was those clips was coming from. Every so often a new person in the clip would show up. I was like, what is this? It's almost given like where they have those I forgot what they call that man, but he's like a little person or whatnot, and they have like these little persons and these ladies that come in and they be like, would you date him and would you do this? The one that you're talking about though, I watched that one where Boosie was on there and he was going off on somebody. I was like, oh Lord, why y'all let this man come on?
He's on an episode of it. It's like 20 on 1 or something like that. Whatever it is, that's like, it'll be like 10 people in a room and then they all whatever. Yeah.
They had Charles White on there, and the girls gave Charles White hell or whatever. Yeah. He was mad. He was in his feelings. Yeah. She was like, "What you gonna take me to buy something? I ain't no trick. I don't know. You think I'm tricking off?" She was like, "Yeah, what you look like."
Could have fooled me.
He was so bad. He was so bad. Oh, them clips be killing me when I see them on IG. Anyways, I think that's about it with this episode. I don't think we missed anything else outside of that. We'll see next week, though. Like I said, we'll see what goes on when the couples are, the cast is reunited with their partners. And I assume that Phil may be at one of these events here soon because Mariah is definitely going to be at the upcoming one. And, we'll see Simon and Natalie and Nick's girl. I can't remember her name.
It's like Kiana or something like that. Kiana, Kiara.
So I guess we'll see those people arrive and what transpires from there. I'm still just trying to figure out this arrangement. I'm like, is everybody that's in the men's space that got a girlfriend gonna be staying off the location? Because ain't no way you and your girl sleeping in them daggone twin size beds in the room with the rest of the men. So I don't know if the women gonna switch out or whatever, or y'all have a couple at the same time.
All of the single bitter ladies just gonna need to go. Summer, Jordan, Noelle gonna have to give up her room. It's for a weekend.
Well, Noelle can be like me and you because she got 2 beds in there. She'd be like, y'all can sleep in one. I'm gonna be over here, but I'm gonna
watch it. Have the ear turned up, like.
Don't mind me. Y'all carry on. That's it. Gonna grab some things out of here real quick.
Exactly. Move to the left. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Uncover yourselves.
Exactly. I can't see.
No. But yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work out. I'm like, child. Y'all wild for giving these boys these bunk beds. Y'all crazy for that. Y'all ain't gonna tell me. I mean, maybe they got they renewed last minute and this was the only house that was big enough that they could find, but
You know it's a setup. They like to do that in all the shows just to torture people to get the drama going.
We're gonna see how they're gonna work it out next week. I hope it works out and we don't have arguments behind this. So
yeah. Let's see how it works out.
Anyways, any last thoughts before last call, Sean? You got a last call for the people before we get out of here? You done? You over it?
No more thoughts. I just got my little drink reference. I was like, "Ooh, I gotta get a drink reference for this episode."
Right. I don't know what to call this. Well, we're just gonna give this one a mocktail. So we're gonna give this one a ginger mule. We're gonna make this one a ginger mule because it was a little spicy, but it wasn't too spicy, you know. And we had absolutely no alcohol up in it for the fact that we got our announcement of the baby. So now Jasmine can relax through the rest of the season because she done breached her, you know, the day us women generally like to hold off on just in case. So we'd have made it to our milestone and she's been able to tell the cast, you know. And some of these people need to stop drinking any daggone way because they be acting a little too emotional and unstable when they drink it. So we just gonna give them a mocktail. We're making a ginger mule for these people. All right. What's in your ginger mule? If you must ask, if you want to make this mocktail yourself at home, might need you to make you some mint syrup, or you can muddle you some simple syrup with some mint. You'll add you in there some ginger beer, and that's it. And that's all you need is some simple syrup, ginger beer, and then you'll have your ginger mule. And that's it. Enjoy. Anyways, we're going to get out of here. Add you a few. Oh, yes. And a squeeze of lime. I like to do a squeeze of lime in mine. That set it off a little bit extra, give a little extra spice to it. So I do a half a lime, about what I do about one. I like it a little. I like mine when I make my fresh mint syrup. I make mine, and so I'll do probably about an ounce, a half ounce to an ounce of the syrup, and then that'll actually spread you out to about 2 to 3 cups. So don't try to pour all that syrup in 1 cup, okay? And it'll give you about 2 to 3 cups of it, and then you fill the rest up about 4 ounces of your ginger beer. And, you know, you can garnish it with extra mint, some lime, some more lime, whatever you want to garnish it with, and definitely pour it over ice because ginger beer is not that great hot. So if you like it hot, do you, but definitely enjoy that drink right there. And y'all have a great night. If you are watching us from Kojo's Little Black Books channel, we appreciate you being here for this evening. Please like the channel, subscribe if you have not already. And of course, his membership is open. It's only $1. It's only £1, as he likes to say. So please join the membership. Membership lives are going on and they're going strong. So please do that for us. And if you're over here on another round, thank you once again for being here. Please do the same thing, like, share, and subscribe. And our membership is open and it is only £1 to start off. And then we have different tiers. But, you know, I don't ask much. They won't let me change it for right now. So that's what I got to do. So until I can change it, y'all got to just, you know, sign up for whichever tier y'all want and whatever. But until then, I'll see you guys next Tuesday. We'll be back with Martha's Vineyard again. Hopefully that we'll have everybody here and on time with us. And if not, y'all know we're going to make a live out of it anyway. Love y'all and leave y'all. Y'all have a great night. Happy Tuesday. Be safe to you all. And yeah, just enjoy. All right. Bye.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.